Hey guys, so today we will be doing a get ready with me. So I'm gonna be doing a small skincare segment, but like not that much, and then a bit of like makeup, hair, that kind of stuff. And while doing that, I wanted to answer some questions and talk about my fitness journey, my glow up, like the weight loss journey, all of it. Also, like just before I start, I do want to say one thing. I am not a licensed dietitian. I am not a nutritionist. I am not a fitness instructor. What I did is based on knowledge that I had with my limited research and knowledge that my dad has. Again, he's not licensed or a professional, an expert in any way, shape, or form. He is just very much into fitness and does know quite a bit about this kind of stuff. But I also want to say some of the methods that I used weren't exactly healthy. They weren't the best, which was something I did want to talk about because everyone's journey is different. And I can't compare my fitness journey to someone else's fitness journey, and you can't compare your journey to mine because everyone's body is so different. Everyone's body is so unique. Everyone has such different goals. Like, you can't really create like a blueprint and be like, okay, this is what I did, this is what you should do, and like, if you do this, you will lose these many kilos, or you will look like this, or like your waist size will be this. Like, you just can't control, you can't predict this kind of stuff because it's something so personal to every individual. So the first thing that I do while getting ready is I wash my face. So I use the Paula's Choice oil reducing cleanser. I have been getting into skincare recently because if y'all knew me back in high school, or honestly, if y'all knew me like about a year ago, I had the worst skin in the entire world. I used to have these huge cystic like pimples and blackheads, whiteheads, scarring, like hyperpigmentation. I had such bad skin and I could never figure out how to like take care of it because I tried everything. I go to my dermatologist and they would like prescribe like medicines and like creams and ointments and like all this kind of stuff, but like, and obviously I'd get temporary relief for like a bit, like I should say a month or two, but then like the second I would stop or like slow down like the medication process, they would be back. Like, I could never figure out like what it was. So I have gotten into skincare recently, and oh my god, my skin has become beautiful. Like, as of right now, I do have one pimple over here, but this is like new for me. Like, I rarely get pimples anymore. My skin's looking healthy. Like, the dark spots have gone down, and it's been so good. So anyway, so I have recently switched to this. I've been using this for I think 6 months now, and oh my god, my skin looks so good. So I first go in with this. I'm gonna go wash my face off camera, and I'm gonna go put my contacts in because I cannot see without those, and I have a mirror over here that I will be looking at, and the camera's up here, and without my glasses on I won't be able to see jack shit, so I'm gonna have to put contacts on. So I'm gonna do that and get back here, and then we will continue. Okay, so I am back. I washed my face, I put my contacts in. One of my eye is watering, but we're just gonna work with it so now. Okay, so once I have washed my face, I go in with the Dot & Key Skincare 10% Niacinamide Skin Clearing Serum. So I just take a little bit onto my fingers and then just rub it in. Okay, so I'm gonna start looking at the questions and start answering some of these. So first question is, how many kilos did you lose? I lost 25 kilos, and I know that's a large, like a big number. And I did all of this weight loss in 6 months. The methods I used weren't exactly healthy, and I do not encourage anyone to do what I did. What I did was the easy way out. It wasn't the healthy way out. It wasn't the right way out, and I wouldn't encourage anyone to do the stuff that I did, because it wasn't healthy, it wasn't good. And back then I didn't think of all that kind of stuff. I thought that like if I lost all this weight and if I became skinny, I would be happy. I thought like this was the only way I could love myself. I thought this was the only way I could be happy, and quite frankly, that was not true. Like, that's not how the world works. That's not what happened, and I will get into that a bit later. But yeah, so I lost 25 kilos over a span of 6 months. Anyway, so after I do the niacinamide, I go in with a good moisturizer. So the moisturizer that I'm using now is a face cream from Fab India. It's a silk protein one, and it's a little oily, which isn't that great, but I don't wear makeup every single day. I only wear makeup when I'm like going out or something. So for like daily wear, it is kind of nice, and it feels really good on the skin. Like, I love how this feels, especially to wear before bed. Oh, it's really nice. Okay, so the next question is, what motivated you to start your journey? The reason I did start my journey was for health reasons, because the weight that I was at wasn't a healthy weight. So I had to come down to a healthier weight for health purposes. So that's how it started. And in the beginning, I honestly wasn't that motivated. I was just doing it because other people were telling me to do it. So my heart wasn't into it, you know. So I was like, I would like go and work out because someone was just telling me, oh, you need to work out. Oh shit, that was a bit too much. Pop that off somewhere. So next I'm gonna go in with some sunscreen. SPF is so important. Anyway, as I was saying, so I didn't start my journey for me. I started it because I was told to start the journey. So that's how it started. And then, but because like my heart wasn't into it, I was only doing it because someone else wanted it for me. I didn't see results. I mean, I did see a little bit. I think I lost like 5 kilos, but I didn't enjoy it. I didn't appreciate it. So it didn't stick because my heart wasn't into it. And then I think over summer, like when we were like in lockdown, I was at home, and I would be looking at a lot of the fashion inspo websites or like pages on Instagram and TikTok, and I would be like, I want to wear these clothes, I want to dress like this. But I thought that no, like with my body I cannot, which is not right. Like, you can wear what you want. Like, the way you look doesn't dictate how you dress, how you feel about yourself. But this is just a false notion that I had, that in order for me to feel good in certain types of clothes, I had to look a certain way. So that was my initial motivation. So then I think it was June or July, when I actually started doing this for me. Anyway, so now that I have put sunscreen, my skin is prepped for makeup. So I'm gonna start with a primer. So I have 2 primers that I kind of switch between, but right now I'm using the Body Shop Tea Tree Pore Minimizing Primer. I honestly don't know if primers do anything. Do they? I honestly don't know. Like, I don't think I see a difference with or without a primer, but it makes me feel better using one. And the fact that, like, you know, it's primer for blemished skin kind of makes me feel better about putting it on my skin. But you know, makeup's gonna fuck with my skin either way. Might as well help it a little before it fucks it up. Okay, so before I answer the next question, I just wanted to like talk a bit of my journey, give you a little bit of context, and then I can go and answer these questions. So honestly, I've been debating about this a lot, and I think I should put before and after pictures because I owe it to myself and I owe it to people watching. But at the same time, I am terrified. I'm like really, really scared because so when I lost weight, I began to develop a really unhealthy relationship with my body. I began, blaming myself, and I don't know, I honestly don't know what it was, but I could not stand to look at pictures of me before all of this happened. So I kind of went through and deleted a lot of pictures that had me before the transformation journey. So that's one. And the second thing is I removed all traces of that person from the internet as much as I could. So putting a picture of myself like that on the internet again is going to be scary. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do it yet. So I started my journey in July of 2020. And in the beginning, my goal was just to lose weight. I just had to see the numbers on that scale drop. And a lot of it was for health purposes still, because I still had to lose weight to get at a healthy weight for my height. But also now a lot of it was, okay, it's my motivation to dress a certain way. These are clothes that I'm gonna wear when I'm skinny. And so I have always been a bit of a chubby person, like all my life, right? I was a chubby baby, chubby teenager, chubby young adult. So I've never really seen myself as skinny. So I did not know what to expect. So I went into this thinking that I would be like stick thin skinny, right? I didn't account for the fact that I have a bigger bone structure. Like, I'm almost 6 feet tall. I have broader shoulders. I have a bigger build. So yeah, I can get skinny to a part, I could have a flat-ish stomach. I can have thinner arms and thinner legs and thinner face, but I'm never gonna be a stick thin Victoria's Secret model, for example. That is not something my body structure, my bone structure is gonna allow me to be. And that is something I didn't account for, something I didn't understand. So for the first few months, I was just going in with the sole motivation of the numbers on the scale are going down. I would be weighing myself every single day. I was extremely restricted about what I ate. I was working out for 4 hours a day, maybe 1 or 2 hours during the morning, 1 or 2 hours during the definitely 2 to 3 hours in the evening. So I was doing cycling, I was going on walks, I was doing weight training, I was doing Zumba, and also eating a lot less, because obviously this was during the pandemic. We're still in the pandemic, but this was during lockdown 1, in the beginning. So there was really nothing else to do except for sleep, eat, workout, repeat. That was my life for a few months, just the same thing. And I mean, obviously, if you're gonna be putting your body through so much of stress and you're gonna be doing this kind of stuff, you will start to see results. It's not healthy, but you will start to see results. So in the first month and a half, I lost 10 kilos. And even with that, so my father is someone who helped me with this entire thing, and he is a guy, obviously. So he didn't quite understand that like women's bodies and men's bodies lose weight differently. Like they lose weight faster than we do, and we retain more weight in like our midsection area, because we have to bear children and give birth to their offsprings and stuff. So it was a little frustrating because like in the very beginning, like the numbers weren't dropping as fast as we expected them to. And obviously I'm not blaming my dad in any way. Like he just wanted what was best for me, and he didn't know any better. I didn't know any better. And like I know that what I did back then was unhealthy, what I did back then was wrong. I know that now. Going forward from now, if I want to see changes in my body from now on, I will do them in the healthiest possible way. Okay, so after I do my primer, I go in with a little bit of concealer. This is like a foundation concealer primer, like 3-in-1 kind of stick, and I just like use it to go over my blemish. I'm just gonna look in the mirror real quick. So I just use it to like go over my blemishes, and then just use my finger and like blend it out just a little bit, like just to help like get a little bit more coverage, because I am not someone who can afford to wear a really thick base of makeup because my skin breaks out so fast. Anyways, after that is done, I will go in with foundation. So foundation. Okay, so now I'm gonna go with foundation, and I'm gonna use like these Tati Beauty like makeup sponges to apply that. After like a month and a half of like doing very intense weight loss things, school started. So I was starting my second year of university, and it was going to be online, and because I'm in India currently because of the pandemic, I was going to have classes all night. So obviously with having a weird day and night schedule, the amount of time that I had to like work out went down because my school took priority over working out. So obviously, but I was still doing the whole thing. The method was slowed down, but I was still doing all the unhealthy methods to lose weight. So then November comes around. So November is when I decided to debut my new self on social media, because at this point I kind of kept my entire process under wraps a little bit. So I posted a picture on the beach. I will insert the picture I'm talking about somewhere on the screen. I will try. And the crowd went wild. They were like, holy shit, you look so good, like Kushi, what the fuck? But I wasn't happy with myself, right? Like I knew, like, objectively I had lost all of this weight, and I knew like that was a bomb ass picture. Like looking back, I look fucking great, bro. But I did not feel confident. I did not like the way I looked. I felt more insecure now than I did when I was bigger, right? And I was not expecting that, because I thought that, oh, being skinny would mean I would be happy, means I would love myself, means I would look great, I would feel great, all this kind of stuff. But I didn't. I did not feel good at all. I felt more insecure than anything. And obviously, like, on Instagram and all social media, it is kind of difficult to tell because I was only posting my best pictures, obviously. But to anyone who personally knew me, it was pretty obvious that I wasn't doing well. Anyway, so now that I have like kind of a light base, also I do really basic makeup because I'm not that great with makeup. I'm just gonna go in with a concealer and just like conceal my under eyes a little bit. And then I've seen like TikTok people and all like put some concealer over there. I think it was like lift your face or something. I honestly do not know. And then just bring my brows a little bit and the blemishes once more. And I'm just gonna blend that in with the same sponge. Okay, so where was I? Yeah, so it was so obviously on Instagram it is a little difficult to tell because I'm only posting my best pictures. But to anyone who spoke to me, had a conversation with me, or actually knew me, it was so obvious to tell that I was not doing well. I was insecure and I was not feeling my best. Also, at this point, like the motivations for my weight loss, they still weren't, I'm doing this for me. They were, I need to do this because guys like skinny girls. I need to do this because people want to be my friends if I'm skinny. So they want the right reasons. And I obviously wasn't happy. So this went on for a while. I think until, I don't even know, like I think this is when I like started doing my own research, a lot more research into like weight loss. And like I was talking to a friend of mine because she, like I always looked up to her. Like she was always like, in my eyes, one of the most confident people out there. Like it, like her, everything about her just like radiated so much confidence. And I always asked her, I was like, you know, how do you do it? And then she told me, she was like, you know, like the only way that you can actually be confident is just pretend you're confident, and eventually you're just gonna start feeling confident. If you're gonna put that energy out there, people will give it back to you, and then you start feeling it. So that's what I started doing. I started just faking confidence. I was still really insecure. I was so insecure. But I started faking confidence, and honestly it worked. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with some powder and just like dab it on my face, just a bit, to like blend everything out and get me a good clean base neck. So then I'm gonna go in with bronzer. I am using the Too Faced Milk Chocolate. So that's what I started doing. I started faking confidence and I started feeling confident. And I tried to like change my mentality because honestly, the people I was doing this for, they aren't permanent people. Like I was thinking, oh, you know, if I'm skinny, guys would like me, or if I'm skinny, more people want to be friends with me. But honestly, all of these people are such temporary people. No one in your life is permanent except for you. Like I am the only permanent person in my life. So why was I putting in so much time and energy on working to better myself for other people? But I should be bettering myself for me. Also, one more thing I realized is that you could be the hottest bitch on the block, but guys are still gonna play you. So why would you put an effort for them? Put an effort for yourself. So then I started working out because I enjoyed working out. Working out became like therapy for me. Like if I was having a bad day, I just go to the gym for a bit and I feel great after. Or I do a home workout and I feel great after. And you know, like I would eat what I wanted to eat. Like I made cooking into like therapy, like every self-care, like everything was for me. Like I got a haircut and my hair, like it was like a new change, a new me, and I felt great. I feel great. Like look at my hair, like it's so healthy, and it's all for me. My skin got better because I was happier, and like it just radiates off you, you know. Like if you are happy, if you're putting positive energy out there, it's gonna radiate into the universe, and like it's gonna radiate off of you, and people will notice that. People will like look at you and be like, damn, that girl's so good, like she's so happy, she's like so confident, like I want to be her friend, I want to be associated with her. And all that is because you worked for yourself, you didn't work for anyone else. So that's kind of where I am now with my journey. Obviously, like there's always room for improvement. I am still working on making myself the best version of myself, but I'm doing it healthily. I'm doing it at my own pace, and I'm doing it because I want to do it. I'm not doing it because someone else wants this for me. I'm doing it because I want this for myself. What workouts do you do to get into shape? So my entire journey happened during the pandemic, especially the first part of the pandemic, where you really couldn't leave because it was lockdowns, everything was shut, so I couldn't really go to a gym. So all of my whatever I did was all home workouts, everything that I could do at my home or I could do while being safe. So a major thing that I did was go on walks. I went on a lot of walks with my dad. We'd go to this area with like a lot of fields, and we'd do like long walks there. Like we'd walk like 8 kilometers at like a really fast pace. So a lot of the workouts that I did were things that I could do at my house. So luckily for me, my dad is a cyclist. So he had a cycling studio at home where he had like a stationary bike and stuff. So I would go cycle there. I would do online Zumba classes in the beginning. I was doing a home workouts. Also, I did home workouts. So there were some trainers who were doing live classes via Zoom or Instagram, and I really enjoyed those. So there was this trainer in Margao who was doing these workouts on Instagram Live, and I worked out with him for a long time. And then after that, I switched over to doing booty camp with Alia over Zoom first and then over Instagram. That I enjoyed that so much. That was also a lot of fun because I do it with my sister. So we'd like work out together, make it like, you know, like a fun thing. We'd be like laughing, and it was like a lot of fun. So I was doing all of that. And then it was only recently when COVID kind of got a little bit better that I got a gym membership at a gym, but I only went there for like maybe 5 days before COVID got bad again, and I didn't feel comfortable going anymore, so I stopped going there. But when I go to the gym, I did the viral like TikTok workout, the 12-3-30, which was basically you get on a treadmill and you walk like incline 12, speed 3 for 30 minutes, and that's all the cardio you need in a day. And I did that a lot, and that is so good. Because the best part of that workout is like while you're doing it, you don't feel that tired, you don't feel it that much. But the second you're done, you're like dripping with sweat, and like the next day, like your legs are sore. Like that was that was a very good workout. I would do that a lot, and I still do that a lot. Okay, so after that, I will do eyeshadow. So the two eyeshadow palettes that I have been using a lot and I love. So first is the James Charles Mini Artistry palette. I love it. And then the Huda Beauty Nude palette, because honestly, like how do you compete with this? This is beautiful. So when it comes to eyeshadow, I used to do like super glam with like glitter and all that kind of stuff. But like lately, I've been doing like super simple looks because like I really like that. And like how hot the climate is in Goa, I cannot imagine like doing a full face of heavy makeup. Like I would sweat it off like within seconds. It would be gone. Anyway, so look at any more questions. Oh, about stretch marks. I have a lot of stretch marks. I have stretch marks on my stomach, on my arms, on my legs, everywhere. You name it, I have stretch marks there. My boobs, like everywhere. Butt, thighs, everywhere. Knees. And like in the beginning, I was super insecure of them. I was like, you know what, like these, like, you know, like they're not perfect. Like my body doesn't look airbrushed and put all the time. But honestly, it's like my body went through so much over the last year or so, like I put it through so much stress. I did not treat my body with respect, but it's still here, it's still functional, it's beautiful, and I love my stretch marks. Like, yeah, I do feel a little bit insecure about them sometimes. Also, another thing about a glow up I want to talk about is a glow up isn't just looking a certain way, right? A glow up comes from within, because confidence comes from within, loving yourself comes from within. And so another aspect of like my glow up that another aspect that there is over the last year I have changed a lot as a person. My perception of things have changed, because I used to think and honestly believe that just being skinny would make all my problems go away. But that's obviously not how the world works. The world does not work that way. So before I lost the weight, I used to think that people don't like me because I'm big. People don't like me because I'm fat. And if I was skinny, people would like me more. But that is not true. People didn't like me because I was a dick to people. I was not a nice person. I was mean. I could not maintain friendships, and I just thought, oh, either there's something wrong with them or it's just because I'm fat, right? But that's not it. Like, I have learned over this past year to just be a nicer person, just be more considerate of other people, and just be kind to other people, and just be kind to everyone. And I think that too contributes to having a glow up, because when people perceive you as a nicer person, when people like you better, you like yourself better, right? Like, because we want to feel accepted, we want other people to like us. Human beings, like, we're social animals, right? So if people don't like us, if people don't love us, if people don't like us, we're not gonna like ourselves, and it's as simple as that. Anyway, so for eyeshadow, I'm gonna do something like super simple. I'm just gonna like use this peach as like a base color, and then once that's done, I'm just gonna use this like dark pink blush rose. I don't know what this color is called. This color over here for like this part of my eye, and then I'm just gonna put, it's super minimal, I guess. Like, it's super subtle, and I really like it because I think it looks really cute. Okay, so there's that. Same with like a different brush, something like this, and just like take another shade of pink. I don't think you guys can see that. A shade of pink, and just like do my lid a little bit, and then I just take a bit of white eyeshadow. I just take the same brush and then like go in with a little bit of white eyeshadow, and then just do the inner corners of my eye, because I feel like that makes you look a little bit more awake. And honestly, that's it for eyeshadow. I will then take this palette, the Huda Beauty palette, and go in with one of the glitters. So I think I'm going to use the pink one over here. It's called Crave, and I'm just going to take a little bit on my finger and just use it as highlighter, to be honest. And then, I mean, usually I do stuff like contour my nose, but sitting at this angle with the mirror so far away, I don't think I can. So I'm just gonna leave that out for now. So another question is, how do you perceive yourself now as compared to before? Honestly, I have changed so much in the last 1 year. I genuinely believe that people who like knew me a year ago would probably not recognize me now. I am such a different person, and in so many different ways. Like, for example, I mean, obviously the weight loss is one thing, but that's not everything. Just like how I've changed as a person, as I said before, like I I'm still learning. Like, it's a process. I'm still learning to be kinder to people. I'm still learning to be nice to people, to be more approachable. Um, but also to be happier with myself, because wasn't happy with who I was as a person. So I would try to find happiness in other people, right? I would try to be like, oh, like if I have a boyfriend, I'll be happy. Like my boyfriend will keep me happy, or if I have a good best friend, like they'll keep me happy. But now I realize that the only way I'm gonna be happy is if I'm happy for me. And so this is something that I've been really working on, and honestly, I've been feeling so great lately. I've been so happy. I've been doing well. The thing about eyeliner is I'm really bad at doing eyeliner. So a trick that I learned is I use a angled brush. Like, I mean, I usually have a smaller brush, but I can't. So I usually have a smaller brush, but I can't find it. So I'm just gonna use this for now. So I use an angled brush like this, and I go to the James Charles palette and I use like this black and this brown to kind of like guide me and like kind of like make like a wing. Because I find it easier to work with like this, like an angled brush, and then I can go in with liquid eyeliner. So I'm just gonna do that real quick and then come back. I did my eyeliner off camera. And I don't think if you guys can really see it because the power just went. So the light above me got cut off. Mascara, Too Faced Better Than Sex. I'm just going to apply it. Go in with this Body Shop like clear eyebrow and eyelashes gel. Just like separate my lashes a little bit. Like that. Look. Oh, the power's back. Oh, great. Okay. So now you can see it. For lips, I'm gonna keep it super simple because I'm not really going anywhere after this. So I think I'm just gonna do a clear gloss. I'm just gonna use the e.l.f. Clear gloss and just that's it. And that is it. That is my. And then I would do setting spray, but I'm not really going anywhere, and I'm gonna probably like take this off within like 10 minutes. But I have a setting spray here. Always be some unreachable, unattainable standard of beauty in the world. Like as of right now, it is to have a teeny tiny waist and a big fat butt, which is something that I will personally never have because I am not made to have a big fat butt. My butt is flat and I'm okay with it because I think I'm beautiful. Also, like, everyone's body is so different. Like growing up, I was always insecure of my height. I was always told that like you're so tall, you're not gonna get a guy. And so growing up and all my life, and also honestly even till now, till date, I always think that people will like me more if I was short. I'm insecure of my height, but the truth is I am 6 feet tall. I'm beautiful. Like short girls would die for my height, and so people just want what they can't have. Like tall girls want to be short girls want to be tall, skinny people want to be bigger, I guess. They want to have a bigger butt, bigger boobs, and bigger people want to be skinny. You always want what you can't have because it always looks like, oh, what the other person has is better. But the truth is, honestly, like if you're never gonna love yourself for what you are and who you are, you're never gonna be happy, because no one's gonna love you until you love yourself. Because if you're insecure, if you put yourself down, if you don't see your own worth, no one's gonna see your worth. You can't be in a relationship with someone if you can't see your own worth, because if you don't see your worth, your partners won't see your worth, your friends won't see your worth, people around you won't see your worth, and they will put you down, they will treat you like shit. And that's all because you don't know your worth. So this is my first time doing something like this. So if y'all have any more questions, or if y'all have any concerns, if y'all honestly feel offended or feel bad by something that I said in this video, please let me know, because that was not my intention. I don't want anyone to feel bad. I don't want to make anyone feel like shit, because I know how it feels. I have been there. So I want to make everyone feel comfortable. I want everyone to feel loved. I want everyone to know that like your journey is something so personal, something so beautiful, and it's something that you can create, something just only you can do for yourself. And like, I am not trying to preach to you guys. I'm not trying to say like, this is what I did, this is what you should do, this is how it's to be done. No, like, I'm telling you, what I did was not the way to go about it. It was not healthy at all. But I wanted to share my journey and share my stories so that y'all can understand. Transformation videos, and a lot of people who talk about the transformations talk about, oh, you know, I used to be big and I was sad, and then I became small and I was happy. But honestly, that's not how it works. Like, I went through the entire thing. I was big and then I was not big, but I wasn't happy. I was more insecure. I was worse off emotionally, mentally than I was before. And that was because confidence and a glow up and self-love, it comes from within. It's not something you can just get by losing weight or looking a certain way or getting a nose job, a boob job, anything, right? It's not something you can just get by changing your physical features. You have to love yourself from within, and that's the only way you can do something about it. Oh yeah.